Hello YouTube, what's going on? It's Wolfbeard here, and I'm going to be showcasing to you guys my Flynn's ring build for just a couple PvP matches. It's Flynn's ring you get by doing the Crown of the Sunken King DLC that came out about a month ago. The basis of the ring is if you wear it in conjunction with light armor, it raises your attack rating. Now let me clarify that you need to have very low vitality in order to get the most out of this ring. It maxes its attack rating at 50, so the most you're going to get out of this is an extra 50 AR rating. And if you have, I believe, now I went with the Knights template and I had 9 vitality, so 9 enabled me to reach the 50 because I was using the third dragon ring. Now if you don't want to use the third dragon ring, you can bring your vitality up to 14, I believe, to get the 50 AR. I'm pretty sure, but I can't confirm it because I've only tried it with the 9 vitality. So I went to the Iron Keep Bridge to try it out because I couldn't get in any matches in the Brotherhood of Blood Arena lately. I don't know if it's just been really slow. I thought it was maybe my internet, but I've talked to a few of my buddies online. They said they were having a little bit of a problem getting in, and seeing some other uploaders were saying they were having some difficult times, so I don't know. But anyways, I decided to stack this ring with the Leo, and I used the Ring of Blades 1 because this is the only new game, regular new game, I'm sorry. And I mean, worked pretty well. To some, 50 is not a lot. I mean, do you want to forego all your defense and all your armor for an extra 50 points? I mean, that's up to you. It's up to how you play the game, how your personal preference or play style is. I like to be an aggressive player. If you see, a lot of times I go shieldless. So for me, it's beneficial. I mean, if you're a guy that likes to kind of stand back, a sword and board guy that prefers the heavier armor, then it's not the ring you're going to want. But keep in mind with this, once you get the Ring of Blades +2 and you have this ring on your build, that's 100 points. That's 100 extra AR rating. So I think that's pretty significant. But like I said, I use this with the Syan's Halberd, and I have the Leo for the pokes, and sometimes I'm not sure how the Leo really functions in this game. It's not as effective, in my opinion, in this game like it was in Dark Souls 1. It doesn't seem to proc as much, and even when it does, I don't think the damage is as high as it was in the first game. So, but like I said, this build in particular, I rediscovered the Syan's Halberd after having a discussion about Flynn's ring on the GameFAQs board, and one of the posters there, Pixels, actually suggested that he was using it on a Flynn's ring build, but I believe he uses it on a higher soul level build where he had, like, I think he had maybe 99 dexterity. I can't quite remember what he said, but you know, he told me, he's like, listen man, it's really awesome with the Flynn's ring and the Ring of Blades, and he's like, you know, he had a lot of success with it. I used to use it. If you guys remember, I have a video up of it. It was pretty much my go-to weapon for the first couple months until the nerf hit. Once the nerf hit, it kind of went by the wayside. I discovered other weapons, so it just didn't have... It still does stun lock, which surprised me. They said that they took care of the stun locking issue, but I mean, I was getting people into stun locks a lot with this. What I did notice differently is the attack rating went down, but it's still more than a viable weapon. And I'm glad I took his advice to use it, because I'll tell you what, this is going to be one of my main builds. For builds, what I like to do is, if I'm making these showcases to upload to my channel, I like to take a couple of my characters and play around with them. They always don't stay the same. And like I said, I use the mule, so I'm able to just experiment with different kind of builds lightning fast. So if I want to make a Hexer build, I can turn around and give myself, you know, the needed stats for it without cheating, of course. And you guys see, I show my stats, they're always 100% legit. But needless to say, with this build, I think I'm going to use this as my main. I had just crazy amounts of success with it. I fought about 30 matches. Yeah, I did. I actually fought 30 matches. I fought 5 in the arena. I won all those. That was the previous night. I just couldn't get in today whatsoever. And then I came over to Iron Keep, and I fought 25 times here, and I lost a total of 2 times, one on an invasion and the other, which I included in this, and they were both very, very close losses. This build just totally dominated. The Syan's Halberd still is an amazing weapon. It's a good counter weapon for a lot of things out there, for katanas, because you have the reach and you have that poke. You have the spin to win, which takes people off guard, and it seems like they don't get far enough away. Like right there, you can do it if they're behind you. It's got a very versatile moveset. The R2, if you two-hand and use the R2, it's very good for like backstab fishers because it swings right around your body, and you'll catch a lot of people trying to roll BS you. So if you haven't tried the Syan Halberd, or you were afraid that since the last patch, that they did nerf it, it's still a very good weapon. Is it, the be-all to end-all? To me, it was the best weapon in the game at one point. But it's still a great weapon nonetheless. So, like I said, if you guys get a chance to try using it, I don't know if it's your cup of tea with the Flynn's ring for the 50 AR, but for me, it worked well. Now, I also have a separate build where I have a quality build, almost the same setup, but I'm not using the Flynn's ring. I'm using a little bit heavier armor, and I'm also using the Syan's Halberd with the Berserker Blade, and I'm probably going to showcase that soon, because I found the Berserker Blade to be one of the better katanas, right up there with the Chaos Blade. I don't know if it's as good, but on a 40-40 build, it really fucking hits hard, man. I was surprised at how hard it hit. I've used it very sparingly in the past because we all know farming the Mad Warrior is a pain in the fucking dick, dude, and that's not something I want to sit there and do. You see the guy, once every 8 to 10 times, and when you see him, he doesn't drop anything. I had a little bit of luck the other night I was farming him. I got him to drop his whole weapon set within... I saw him 6 times, and he dropped not his weapon set, he dropped his whole armor set for me in 6 times. 4 out of the 6 times I saw him, and then I traded with one of my friends. He wanted the chest piece, so I traded him the chest piece and the leggings too for the Chaos Blade. Or the Berserker Blade, I'm sorry, I always get them mixed up. But, we'll probably showcase that in a different build. But back to this build, again, I can't say enough good things about it, and, it's great. Like Fat Rollers are dead. You go against a Fat Roller, like you can see there, they can't roll fast enough out of the reach of that thing. It's just, I guess the only downside to the Syan's Halberd at this point is it's a very slow weapon. You can parry the one-handed attacks kind of easy too. I wasn't parried with it, but a couple people tried it, but I've seen it get parried quite a few times in other videos that I've seen it used. So just keep that in mind if you plan on using it. And like I said, the Flynn's ring, it's all personal preference. I think From made it to actually compete. At first, my opinion on the Flynn's ring was, this is an arena ring. This is a ring that was made for those quote-unquote, those duelist guys, like the guys that want pure PvP, that set up, they're the guys that have rule after rule after rule in their fight clubs, and I thought it's more or less geared towards that, towards pure PvP. But then I thought, actually it's kind of an equalizer. It gives the people that are in the arena that like to fashion souls, it gives them, more of a, that's just one more, that's 50 more points they have. So I guess it could be viable for anything. I don't know if I would, I took this into the arena, but again, you have to remember this is on New Game, it's not on New Game Plus. So even though soul limited, or the soul level in the arena is different, I know it can match you. You could have a, 180,000 soul level and be matched with a guy with 14 million, with a 14 million soul memory. I keep on saying soul level, but I mean memory. So, but like I said, I think too, a lot of the New Game guys in the arena, it's their first time, they're trying it out, so you're going to deal with the newer crowd. Once they get into New Game Plus and beyond, that's when you start dealing with more experienced players with the powerhouse builds. I think there's a lot of parity in New Game, regular New Game, which is why I'm going to keep at least one build. And look here, I don't know what that hit. That didn't hit anything. His shield wasn't up. I broke his guard twice, and I didn't take advantage of it. I failed to just run up and finish the guard break with the riposte, but that's on me. I make a lot of mental errors playing this game. It's kind of like if you're sitting there watching other uploaders, or you're watching in a fight club, if you're the host, you watch 2 people fight, and you're like, man, what is that dude doing? I would have done this. Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he parry? Why didn't he go to his whip when this guy's parry? I can say that, but then when I'm in that moment, when it's me on the other end, when I'm the one of the duelists, I just have my mind goes blank. I have a brain fart, and that's it. I don't remember. I think a lot of my PvP is held back by me just totally forgetting things. I guess under the pressure I get a little bit nervous and I just forget to use things that I have. A good example, if you can notice on this build, if you look up, you'll see my Great Combustion. Well, I have 2 attunement slots. Right next to it I have Force. I think I gave myself maybe 11 or 12. I either Spice Force down one, but I have Force, and I also have the small Clerics Chime on me. Never used it once. Not once did I even take it out to use it. And I don't know why, because I figured in conjunction with the Syan's Halberd, with the crits on that thing, it would be a monster to pair those two together. And I never even used it once because I get so focused on one thing. I didn't switch to, I think I have a parry dagger. I didn't go for parries. But that's my play style. In every video I've uploaded, I'm not an exciting player to watch. I'm very basic. I stick to the basics. I stick to what works for me. I'd like to get out there and branch out, expand my skill set a little bit. Like, I love to try to be able to consistently pull off parries. And the problem is, it's not that I can't do them, because I do them in setups with my buddies. It's just, I don't try them really, and I don't know why. I mean, I keep a parry dagger or buckler on me at all times. Now, you guys might not like parry dagger, might think it's cheap, but it's either that, the buckler, or, you know, I could be using a monastery scimitar as well. So, you know, but then again, anybody that's going to get mad at anything in this game, I know we all get mad, and I've had this discussion about anger, and you have to realize, and I think the more I play this, I'll get mad if I see somebody using what I think is a cheap setup. But why? Like, because I think that they shouldn't use it. They're the ones that paid $60 fucking for the game. They're the ones that could play the fucking game the way they want. And me coming down on them, or anybody, whether it be katanas or the monastery scimitar or Havel wearers, yeah, to me it's kind of not katanas so much. I think katanas just get a bad name because in the beginning of this game cycle, a lot of noobs were using it with Resonant Weapon. Plus, from Dark Souls 1, a lot of people said the Uchi Katana, the Chaos Blade, from that they were very overpowered. It's just that people don't take the time to learn how to fucking counter anything. I mean, katanas could very easily be beat. I mean, I'm not the best at beating them, but I could, and I have. It's timing, it's patience, it's practice. So, if you want to use a weapon, don't let any fucking person out there say, you know, sway you otherwise. If you're comfortable with that weapon, if you like that weapon, have at it, man, until you maybe find something else you like. Me, I can't just stick to one thing. I'm always changing builds. I'm always changing favorite weapons. So, you know, last month it was the Great Club, which I still do love. Right now it's a Syan's Halberd. Who the fuck knows what it'll be next week? I'm liking the Berserker Blade. So, you know, but that's it. It's a short one today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I hope you liked the build, and I hope I kind of opened your eyes up to what the Flynn's ring does. But here's the armor I used, and you're going to see the stats soon. So, leave a like, guys. It would really help me out a lot, and I would also love, if you haven't yet, a subscription would be awesome. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.